Hey everybody, Godzilla 419 here. Just wanted to do one more little update on, the Godzilla Legendary Pictures film. I'm gonna stop calling it the Godzilla 2012 film because more than likely it's not going to be out this year. But let's just, go over some of the old stuff that I've already done and some new stuff that I want to talk about. Okay, well, we have first these old fan arts there from this guy, Chinga Chan, I don't know. There's his name right there somewhere. And then there's, more old fan art. There's these models. They were all done by this Hector Aker guy, the Biolantes and the Godzilla. There's this old fan model that's been around forever that was proven to be, you know, old fan art. There's old Stan Winston models that have been, out since, the 94, I think. And, old posters. There's one by Sam Don. And, there's lots of other stuff like this one that's obviously just a 2012 poster with the Final Wars Godzilla over it. And, there's just a lot of fake stuff out there. It's not meant to be fake. It's just, fan art that people have ran with and, just haven't bothered checking. And then, of course, there's this. This is the Always Sunset on 3rd Street 2 Godzilla. This was actually from a Toho film. It was like a 30-second thing, and Godzilla was in it. So, yeah, it would be a cool design if they used that one, but there's no confirmation on that. And speaking of confirmation, we have these two pictures here that are classified as rejected designs. The thing is that these came from GFan. There was an article, and these were given in GFan as rejected designs, which makes me think there's some legitimacy to it. But the guy, after reading about it, because unfortunately I haven't been subscribed to GFan for a while, just because it's like 80 bucks or for 2 years of subscription, and it's like only 4 magazines a year. It's just I stopped my subscription. But anyway, these pictures were in there, and from what it sounds like, it's possible that the author of the article sent these pictures in to the executives, and they rejected them as possible designs. But then again, I could be completely wrong, and these were designs that someone at the studio had presented for the film. But either way, no matter what, this is definitely not it. So we can put a nail in that coffin. And I'm just going to go over some other old stuff. We all know from this little interview here that Brian Rogers is going to be producer on this film. I'm sure he has other people working on it with him by now, but he's the only one who's actually, given out any information at all, and that was to confirm that Zilla was not going to be in it. It's because, this has nothing to do with the TriStar film. And he hinted at the possibility that other monsters may appear. He didn't confirm it, and, there's a large array of speculation going on who it could be. It'd be cool if it was a monster that got kicked out of the series like Bangan. And just for clarification, because I know one of my viewers is gonna be like, "No, that's Baragon. No, this is Baragon. That's Bagan. Baragon, Bagan. Baragon, Bagan." Very similar names, sort of, kind of look alike. Not the same monster. Anyway. I'm going to move on real quick to some other Godzilla posters that I found. You have this one over here, and, I'm going to just say it's the big dead giveaway, besides the really bad-looking eye in it, is that at the bottom there's a website given, and that website does not exist. Yeah, so that one's definitely fake. Then there's this one that's, I actually kind of, when I first saw it, I was like, wow, this might be something different, because you can see Godzilla silhouetted in the background by the smoke, and there you see him. But once you realize that's Godzilla, you see way too much detail, and it looks like it was poorly photoshopped in or something. And plus, there's no accreditations at the bottom, nothing Like, even if it was a promotional poster, it would say at least something. It would have the studio name on it. So this is more than likely just another fan-made poster. And, just, just that. Anyway, moving along. As far as writers go, we've had David Goyer on this. He had his big success with Dark Knight, but universally panned as a flop, The Unborn. Now, he had complete control on The Unborn, which is, I think, is why it did so badly, and why it's good news that they've brought in this guy, Max Bronstein, to help him write it. He really hasn't done that much, but, he's an up-and-comer, from what I understand. So Bronstein's going to be in there, helping Goyer, which is what I think will help, because Goyer had a lot of help. Well, not a lot. He had other people helping him with Dark Knight, and it turned out to be a great film, and hopefully the same thing will occur, because of Bronstein's involvement helping Goyer out. And, okay, the last thing I want to talk about is the director, Gareth Edwards. He's, his only big movie that he has made has been Monsters. And before all of you start, like, oh man, this movie's gonna suck because of him. Understand? I just want you to understand a few things. Monsters was a low-budget independent film. It was shot on location in South and Central America with only 2 professional actors, and those were the main characters. And in truth, the movie wasn't about monsters. It was an allegory as to how Americans view the wars in Iraq and Iran, and how we seem to distance ourselves from them, even though they're a major thing and that we should be thinking about them all the time. It really wasn't about the monsters. They were they were the war in Iraq and Afghanistan. They were symbolism. And I think the movie did rather well with that. It just had a really misleading title, which is why a lot of people are ragging on it, when in truth, if they take the time to understand what it's about, they shouldn't be ragging on it. Anyway, another good thing about Edwards, he's had like a bunch of interviews out, and pretty much universally we get no information from him. He dodges questions about the movie when directly asked about them. The most we really get is that he is truly a Godzilla fan. He started out with the Hanna-Barbera cartoons, which were the greatest campy little 70-ish nonsensical fun that you could ever have. And eventually he got into the dubbed versions of the movie, like most of us did, and it grew from there. Now, when he got signed on to this project, he admits he hadn't seen all 28 of the films, and he went out to purchase the other films that he hadn't seen. And once he had, he looked on the back and realized they were distributed by Warner Brothers, who he was hired by in cooperation with Legendary Pictures to make this film. So he probably could have just gone to his boss and said, "Hey, could I get copies of these films for free?" And he probably could have done that. But yeah, he's definitely showing all the signs of a true Godzilla fan. It looks good. I'm very confident that this is going to be a good thing having him on board. And well, I guess that's about it. We have pretty much a lineup of writers and a director. We have a t-shirt picture, which is the only confirmed picture, and that's pretty much about it. We know it's not going to be Zilla, and it's probably going to be all CG. And speaking of it being all CG, there's a little monster fight mashup thing came out, and people are floating around talking about has Godzilla, the Millennium Godzilla, fighting Final Wars Anguirus, Final Wars Gigan, and GMK Ghidorah. Now this was made by Toho. I'm just saying you because I have it. This thing was made by Toho. It even says so in its opening credits, and it was made in 2010. I don't know what it's for. Judging by the little flashy things on there, I was thinking it was probably made for a video game, but for cutscenes or something. But that doesn't sound right either. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So and also one other little thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to thank one of my subscribers because he's been getting me a lot of info. He's been helping me dig for stuff. The West Express. Thanks a lot, buddy. You're a real good pal. And I think that's pretty much it for this little update. Um, Please remember to comment, rate, share, subscribe, and have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye.